The battles against Baby have brought fear and destruction to the universe, but in that darkness, Son Goku became a light. The power of the newly discovered Super Saiyan 4 and the help from his friends and family allowed Goku to finish off the Tuffle mastermind with a powerful Kamehameha to the sun. Now peace has returned, as the GT team used the Namekian Dragon Balls to bring Earth back to normal after a destruction caused by the Black Star Dragon Balls. But at what cost? As Piccolo passed away during the explosion. But the idea of the Saiyan and Tuffle War sticks in Goku's mind, as he knows very little of his heritage. With his interest piqued, Goku heads to King Yama's check-in station, looking for answers. Goku waved hello to the various souls waiting to be judged, annoying them as he cut in front of the line, alongside Uranai Baba. She was embarrassed by the young kid, though part of her was glad to see him like that. It reminded her of the first time they met. King Yama cocked an eyebrow, asking if that was really Goku. The Saiyan chuckled. It was a really long story. Yama rolled his eyes as he continued to stamp away, saying that he was very busy. Goku said not to worry, he just came here to visit someone in hell. Yama didn't appreciate that. He was the ruler of Otherworld. Some kid couldn't just come and do whatever he likes. But by the time Yama got done saying that, Goku was already halfway through the door. Yama yelled at Goku, but the kid couldn't sit still as he made it to the start of Snake Way.
If I remember correctly, falling from Snake Way will take me to hell. Well, here we go.
Goku fell down several hundred feet, with many Oni and Souls looking up in terror, trying to catch him. But Goku simply flipped over one of them, Gauss. The Oni were flabbergasted by the kid so nonchalantly going into what is supposed to be the end of the line for the worst of the worst. One of them asked him where the hell he was going. Goku waved them off as he whispered to himself,
Let's see. Those Saiyans were pretty bad people, so if I want to meet some, then surely hell is the right place. Ah, there!
Goku spotted a tail swinging in the wind, sliding in to shake it as if it was a handshake. He looked up to see an angry man looking down. Goku chuckled.
Whoops!
Maybe that wasn't the right idea.
Wait, that hair! You're one of Kakarot's brats, aren't you? Are you little?
Nope, I'm Kakarot. You're, Vegeta's dumb friend, right? Sorry, you're not the one I'm looking for. You know who my parents are?
Nappa tried to punch Goku, but the kid simply wobbled from side to side to avoid the attack. Some of the Frieza Force that was around laughed at Nappa, with Goku saying to them that their power isn't that impressive either. He wondered if Frieza and Cell were there, but he had no time to look. He jumped up and landed on Nappa's arm, smiling and asking once more. Nappa growled, but finally gave in. He said that he didn't know his parents, but many low-class Saiyans look the same. There's a group of losers that hang out around the blood fountain. Goku thanked Nappa, flipping over his head and heading to the blood fountain. He looked around, finding a large group of Saiyans chomping and stomping. Yeah, they had pretty small key signatures. Goku went up to them, asking if they were related. The big man laughed, saying that he would never have kids, so that's impossible. But behind him, a taller man looked surprised.
Hey, wait a minute. Shigesh, doesn't he look like...
Yo, Bardock, looks like one of your nephews finally croaked.
Nephew? I don't have any net. Kakarot?
Yo!
Bardock couldn't believe his eyes. He had been laying on the ground, looking at the clouds above. He instantly shut up when he saw that spiky hair. It couldn't be him, could it? His son had to be a lot older than at this point, but it's not like it's clear how much time had passed in that wretched place. Goku waved at him, with Bardock taking slow steps towards him. Could it really be him? He had a tail, he had the hair, and that smile. It reminded him so much of... Goku tilted his head, asking if he was his old man. He came looking for him, because he had a few questions. Bardock could barely form a sentence, as Goku said that he never thought about his parents before, but a recent battle against some Tuffles got him curious. Bardock's squad stared at him, then back at Goku, then back at Bardock.
Damn, Bardock, you really are a deadbeat.
The rest of his squad laughed, but Bardock opened his aura to push them back. In between groans, Fasha said that she was just kidding. Goku tilted his head, asking if she was his mom. Fasha made gagging sounds. As if. Goku shrugged, walked over to Bardock, and presented his hand for a handshake. This was all so strange for Bardock. He didn't know how to interact with this kid. Finally, he said they should take this somewhere private. Surely he has many questions. Goku and Bardock sat under King Yama's tree. Bardock laid there looking into the sky while they talked.
And that was it. I had hoped that you would defeat Frieza,
But if you died so young, then I'm afraid that wasn't the case. Gine was right. We should have thought more about where we sent you.
Dead? I'm not dead, see? No, Halo. My friends and I defeated Frieza years ago. In fact, I think I saw him avoiding me earlier.
What? You defeated Frieza? Rumor had it that he was killed by the Super Saiyan.
You mean this?
Bardock's heart dropped as he watched the sun stand up, aura expanding into a golden hue while his hair stood up. The wind swirled around, making many others look his way. Bardock couldn't believe this. His son was a Super Saiyan, but his blood began to boil, his battle instincts kicking in. Without another word, Bardock shot up towards Goku, throwing a right hook. Goku dodged it, uppercutting Bardock. Goku too wanted to fight his father at least once. All that boring talk wasn't for him. That could come later. Sure, he was leagues ahead of him, but he was interested in seeing his father's skills as a warrior and martial artist. He could still have fun even while holding back. Goku was surprised though. His father had a very different fighting style than most others he met. It was rough and heavy and not uncoordinated. Bardock zoomed towards Goku, striking him in the chest as his aura emitted ki from his arm. This powerful blow sent Goku through the Yama tree as Goku charged the Kamehameha, firing it just in time as he stopped himself in midair. But Bardock remembered the last time he fought fire with fire against Frieza. Instead, he spun over the Kamehameha to the side of it and fired his own Rebellion Blaster at Goku. Goku smirked. Seeing the blast come his way, he did something he hadn't done in a while. Bent the Kamehameha to such an angle that it went for Bardock's back. Bardock was hit, but so was Goku. That didn't stop them. Instantly, they clashed their fists in the sky over and over again. This was very fun for the both of them. Bardock kicks Goku into the sky once more, only to appear behind him with a Riot Javelin down. The smoke made it hard for Bardock to see or know where Goku was going to strike next. But he saw Goku's hand move across the smoke for a split second. Their battle drew the attention of the Oni, who yelled at them to stop and get down from there. A streak of green rushed out in between them both just as they were going to throw their final punch, stopping the Saiyans right as he appeared. Bardock looked at Goku up and down. This was no longer the young kid he was fighting. He was a Saiyan in the prime of his life, covered in red fur and an imposing aura. What the hell? Could that be the Super Saiyan
This is Super Saiyan 4. Impressive, huh?
Goku, what the hell are you doing here? I thought you were trapped, so I asked King Yama to bring me. But it looks like you're doing just fine.
Oh, hey Piccolo. So they let you into heaven after all.
Yeah, it's boring there. Don't let me find you here again. I doubt King Yama will let me come down so easily. Surely I'll have to blow up heaven to help you here.
Bardock took a step back. Wait, so this Namekian keeping peace in hell was Kakarot's friend? The hell had his son been doing through all these years? Goku introduced Piccolo to his father, and they both awkwardly bowed in respect. Piccolo told Goku to promise not to stay for long and to not cause any more ruckus, and to say hello to Gohan. Piccolo left, while Goku waved him off. Bardock was in awe at his son. While he was uncomfortable meeting him before, he was now excited to hear all about his adventures. Goku chuckled. He wasn't much for telling stories, but he told him everything he could. About his grandchildren, Grandpa Gohan, his adventures against the Red Ribbon Army, his encounters with Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, Buu, and finally Baby. It was a grand life, but Goku told it so nonchalantly.
Vegeta? That little brat? He has an Earthling wife and 2 kids. Trust me, it was a shock to all of us, especially since one came from the future. What? Long story, Super Saiyan has been useful through a lot of it. I'm sure you can get it too if you train hard enough. Oh, speaking of Vegeta, is Raditz around here?
Bardock scoffed. Yeah, he was around. He tried to escape hell many times, but it never worked. He was a lot like his father in that regard. Bardock stood up to walk Goku to where he was, annoying some poor Oni by the Needle Mountain. When Bardock called his name, he quickly turned, only to have his face drop. What was that thing?
Hey, it's your brother. He is in Super Saiyan whatever.
Kakarot, finally time to get my revenge.
Come on, Raditz, we both died. Wasn't that enough? Trust me, you can't take me on now.
Raditz clenched his fist and still tried to punch him, but Goku didn't flinch. Bardock told him to calm down, that Kakarot just came here to learn something about the Saiyans. Raditz crossed his arms and rolled his eyes. Whatever happened to all that Saiyan raised on Earth crap? Goku said that Earth is his home, but it's thanks to his Saiyan nature that he's been able to come this far. Raditz sighed and said that he has little interest in talking, but he can ask away. Goku began to ask things about life on planet Vegeta, their conquering of planets, even the Tuffles. Between Raditz and Bardock, they had most of the answers he wanted. Goku asked if those Tuffles were bad people. Bardock shook his head, a little confused. No, they weren't bad, they just kinda killed them. Goku took a second and stared blankly, finally saying that it's probably a good thing that they're all in hell then. He wasn't being rude, he was just being a little blunt. This actually got a chuckle out of Bardock, and a small laugh out of Raditz. Yeah, they kinda belonged there. The Saiyans were truly a cruel race, but they lived under the thumb of a ruler that never gave them the choice to be better. At the end of the day, they too were victims. Goku understood that now. Goku and Bardock sat back down. This time, it was Bardock talking all about his adventures on planet Vegeta and beyond. Like when he found a young boy whom he took to an Namekian, or that time he rescued their mom on a mission, or the time he decimated all those aliens. He sounded a little too happy about it for Goku's taste. Raditz leaned on a tree while he listened. He thought it was all awkward and wanted Kakarot gone, but part of him was glad to have this moment. Eventually, it was time for Goku to leave. Uranai Baba hated going to hell, but Goku had caused enough trouble to have Yama make her go down there. Goku stood up, and while he went for a handshake, Bardock brought him in for a hug. It was a short one, but strong. He told him not to forget them. Goku hugged his father back as a goodbye, then turned his head to Raditz and nodded. Raditz acknowledged it with his own nod. That was all they needed. As Goku was about to jump onto Snake Way, he noticed something. Bardock going back to where he was, looking at the clouds. Goku wondered, why is it that he was always looking up there? What was there? He told Baba to give him a second, jumping over her and asking him one last thing. What was he looking at?
Your mother. She's probably up there somewhere. I always wondered what it was like up there. I hope to see her again someday. I see a lot of her in you, you know. On the other hand, she'd probably say that Raditz is a lot like me.
Goku stayed quiet for a second. His mother.
You wanna go see her?
What?
Come on!
Goku grabs Bardock by the hand, dragging him up. Bardock couldn't believe this was happening. This be his next grand adventure? That may be a story for another time, but you can let me know in the comments, dear viewer. But first, we skip ahead a little bit, as Earth is ravaged by hellish forces, led by Dr. Mew, Dr. Gero, and Super Android 17. While investigating the portal in the sky, Goku is trapped in hell, finding two old enemies, Frieza and Cell. As he gets ready to face them head-on, he hears a familiar voice from behind.
I know you don't need my help, but I can't pass up a chance to beat up Frieza by your side.
Goku turns with a bright smile, while Frieza cocks an eyebrow, recognizing the man. Goku nods happily. For once, they can fight together. And thanks to that little meeting, reigniting Bardock's fighting spirit, a golden glow surprises Goku. He doesn't have to turn to know what his father had done. It was time to once again save the universe.
Time to end this!
Let's do this, Kakarot!
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. That was What If Bardock Met Goku in Dragon Ball GT. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was a lot more of a classic SmugStick video that I've been trying to do for a while, and I'm gonna do a lot more like these in the future. But I wanted to get back to the root of things, and this one was a lot of fun to do. Huge thank you to Aaron Gray for doing the voice of GT Kid Goku, and Josh Webb for doing the voice of Bardock and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And as always, a huge thank you to the patrons of the channel: Faisal, Al Sharif, Shaki Rush, Ako, Grim Shadow, Chris Banks, Giovanni Jimenez, Zanos, D-Man for Life, Marlon Gonzalez, KV, Hurt Fanfiction, Blaze9526, Crazed PlayStation CK, Free Flow Highway, Jackie Effing Chan, Ethan Fraze, Mystic Angel, Shane K, Angel MR, True Lightning Striker, Squad 100, Ghost 1571, Kaiser Jirachi, Jonas Paulus, Trent Rules, D-Man Plays 22, Jim Dream G, Drum Foster, Saliel Paranjape, Keith Grimes, Celestia, and Samuel Randall. Thank you so much for the love and support as always, guys. And let me know in the comments below any what ifs similar to this, not necessarily somebody meeting another character, but one-shot videos that you'd like to see from me. They're always so much fun to do and take less time to do than huge stories, though I am working on those still. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at SmugStickDB and join the Discord in the description below. Until we meet again, see ya!